Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or to it if this is the first time you are seeing my face. My name is Jacy, and I didn't have an intro today, and I have a little mini story time before I start this whole video. So I haven't posted in a few weeks because a couple of weeks ago, you guys, I was exporting a video. My computer froze and then absolutely crashed while my hard drive was plugged in. And when I tried turning it back on, my hard drive was like buzzing and humming, and that's happened to me before, and I immediately knew, crap, it's ruined. I tried plugging it in, my computer wasn't even recognizing it, nothing was popping up, and I knew it was damaged goods. So sure enough, I took it to a data recovery specialist, and it's gonna cost me numerous of hundreds of dollars, $400 to be exact, just to get all of my videos back. Now, I was willing to pay that because my whole YouTube and TikTok career was on that external hard drive from the past 2 years. So it was necessary to get it all back. But I don't have my templates for my videos. I don't have my intro, my outro, my sound effects. So we're gonna be doing this video au naturel, bare bones, Jacy in the buff editing style. You're not gonna see me nude. So that's where I've been. I was kind of waiting for my external hard drive to be fixed and returned, but they're taking too long. So I'm just gonna film a little casual video with you guys and talk about some of the dumb health and wellness things I have tried as of late. So if you don't follow me, I have a series I call The Spiritual Skeptic, where I try different spiritual health and wellness services and remedies, and whether or not I recommend them to you guys. I'll leave that playlist link down below if you want to check it out. But I wanted to go outside of the spiritual realm for this video and try out some weird health and wellness things that would probably only be recommended by like Goop. So if you like hanging out with me, if you like story times, chit chats, and me trying random things for your guys' benefit, make sure to like and subscribe. You know the drill. Let's just hop into some of these mini story times of weird services I've tried recently. So the first service that I tried is actually a little spiritual. I guess it is spiritual. I messed that one up. I went to a sound bath. So my beautiful, wonderful sister follows on Instagram this woman who hosts a lot of wellness retreats and events in Los Angeles, and she was having a giveaway on Instagram. My sister entered and won. However, my sister lives in New York City, and her prize was a free admission to a sound bath in Los Angeles. So my sister messaged the person and said, hey, I actually can't make it, but can I transfer the admission to my sister who does live in LA? And she was very gracious and said, of course. So I had a free ticket to a sound bath. Now, what is a sound bath? A sound bath is essentially a bath, but instead of water, it's music that bathes you. I know, pretty hokey, right? So the idea behind a sound bath is that it creates a meditative environment with all these different sounds produced by different instruments, whether singing bowls, rattles, wind chimes, or singing. And it's supposed to get you into this really deep meditative state, so that way you can do some inner work and reflection, all while being bathed in the theta waves of bowls. So I was really excited to try this because one of the videos I did in my Spiritual Skeptic series was I tried float therapy, which is essentially my brain just went to 11 from Stranger Things. What's it called? A sensory deprivation tank. And I probably got into the deepest meditation I ever have in my life in that. And it's because it removed all the senses. So to me, I knew this would be that sort of meditative type experience, and so I was excited for it. So I was a little concerned because when I pulled up to the address, I saw that it was just this woman's house and not some, I don't know what I expected, more of like an event center or a spa. Anyway, I go through her back door, like I literally had to walk into her backyard and then through her back door, which is what the directions said. So that felt uncomfortable. But I walk in and it's this beautifully set up room. There were 5 yoga mats and pillows and a little goodie bag set up. And I realized that this was not gonna be a big event. It was a very intimate session with only 5 of us. They introduced me as the giveaway winner by proxy, but everybody else there had paid for this service, which was $100 for the 60-minute sound bath, plus an extra half hour for like introductions, snacks, and post-reflections with the group. So we do a little chit-chatting at the beginning, kind of introductions, and immediately it's really awkward because you could tell this group of women, they were all women, they were not chatty at all. And I'm one of those people where if nobody else is talking, I take it upon myself to talk. So I was basically the only student in this whole class talking to this person. So there was the event host as well as the bather, the sound bather, the bowl player. I don't know the technical term you would call her, but she instructs us to all lay down. They bring us blankets, pillows, make sure we're all super comfortable. And I was very comfortable. The room was a good temperature. The blanket kept me nice and warm. They also gave us eye pillows to kind of keep our eyes closed. So a very relaxing experience overall just from the get-go. So the meditation starts, they instruct us to close our eyes, and she begins playing her bowls. They were pretty bowls, they were all shades of pink. It produced nice sounds. I don't know what I was supposed to be feeling or thinking, but I was like, okay, this is kind of nice. So after, I think it was like 45 minutes, they instruct us to arise from our meditation. And that's when I noticed that during those 45 minutes, I didn't fully fall asleep. I didn't fully meditate and get into that inner world like I had before with my float therapy sessions. It just felt like I laid down for 45 minutes and was just kind of like, nice. So what do I have going on for the rest of the day? Dang, I do have to edit that YouTube video. What should I have for dinner tonight? Oh wait, Jacy, relax. We're trying to blank out the mind. Don't think of anything. There's dog hair in here. I wonder what kind of dog she has. So I don't know if I failed or if the sound bath just didn't work for me, but I personally didn't have any type of revolutionary meditative experience. But again, we had to do this like awkward post-meditation and nobody wanted to talk. Like this poor host was doing her best to be like, what'd you guys feel? What do you think you could do better for next time? And I felt so bad because nobody was answering her. So I'd be like, oh, like I felt very relaxed. It was a very nice experience. I like the sound of your bowls. And everybody else would just nod their heads, but nobody else was talking. And so it was so awkward because I wanted to be like the other girls and be like, hey, I just came for my sound bath. I don't really want to do group exercises here, which I totally can relate to. So keep that in mind if you're looking to do a sound bath experience that you might have to participate like a college student. So not the best. But overall, I'd say the sound bath sounds fun in theory. I mean, you just get to lay down for an hour and listen to somebody play the bowls like it's a gong. It didn't do much for me. I didn't even get into a full meditative state, so this one's gonna be a no from me. It is getting progressively darker, so I gotta bump up my ISO. Also, how does this sweater go? Is it supposed to zip? Oh, I have my microphone on. I don't know, I feel like I'm going skiing in Aspen. I don't really know. Anyway, for the next 3 services, I'm gonna lump them kind of all together because they all have the same backstory. So back in November of last year, I was going to the gym, and at the gym, they had this little booth set up from this wellness spa. They were having some crazy deal where today only and with Orange Theory Fitness members exclusively, you can get this 3-service spa package worth over $700 for only $150 today and today only for just you guys. And I got so suckered into it, I pulled out my credit card right then and there. I don't normally buy into those sort of things, but I have been doing this spiritual skeptic series, so immediately my brain went, oh, that's a video. But also because the services they were offering, I had never really fully heard of. It was called the Spa Passport, I don't know why, but the services included a B-12 shot, an IV drip, and an Emsculpting session. Emsculpting session. I still don't really even know what that means. So I bought this passport for $150, and just a few weeks ago, you guys, I was looking through my drawers, I found that passport, and I saw that it expired on March 1st. And I kind of panicked because I was like, wow, I let like 4 full months pass by without using this thing, and now it's about to expire, so I gotta call and use it so that I don't let my $150 go to waste. So I call and I say, hi, I'd like to schedule my appointment for these services because it expires on Friday. And they said that I have to actually do the session separately with a week in between, but they would honor the passport and not let it expire, so at least there was that. So appointment number 1 was my B-12 shot. I drove out to Glendale, which was like a 25-minute drive for me, and I was kind of surprised that it was not a spa. It was more of a doctor's office. I don't know what I was expecting with like a health and wellness spa. I guess I was picturing more of like the float therapy place, which I keep referencing. This was like a doctor's office. Like I went up and be like, hi, I'm here for my appointment. And I sat down in the waiting room and flipped through a magazine while patients were coming and going. Not what I expected, but I was like, all right, at least there are medical professionals doing this. So I go into the room. They ask me if I want the shot in my butt or my arm, and I ask to do it in my arm. Now, full disclosure, I actually used to get these B-12 shots injected into my behind back in like college. And it was because back then I would try anything and everything to lose weight. And so I joined this medical weight loss program. Don't recommend it. I think so much of it was placebo in the sense that I'm like, all right, well, if I'm paying for it, I might as well start eating healthy and working out. That's how I lost the weight, not because I was getting a bunch of crap shot into my butt. It's getting so dark again. All right, I had to bust out the ring light, so it looks like I'm just in a dark room with a light, which I am, but this is the best I can do, okay? Anyway, so what a B-12 shot does is it claims to boost your energy, which is actually scientific. I actually take B12 vitamins every day because I do have a deficiency, and it's supposed to just alleviate some of the daily fatigue that you get. But this wellness spa was also saying, oh, it's gonna improve your sleep, improve your focus, increase your heart health. And that's when I learned that this wellness spa was, for the most part, a weight loss spa. So I kind of found myself back into that same college spot of going to a place of medical professionals and trying to lose weight, rather than doing it the old-fashioned way of diet and exercise. But I had already spent my $150, and it says that the retail price of this one shot was $35. You probably can't see it, so you just gotta believe me. So I'm gonna go all in and see if it really does improve all of those things that they claim. It's been 3 weeks since I took that initial B-12 shot. Did I feel any different? No, I mean, my energy was improved, but I am also doing a little fitness challenge. Make sure to go check out my vlog channel for more details on that. But I have been going to the gym more regularly. My diet has improved significantly. So it's hard to say whether or not this little booster that went into my booty actually did anything compared to all those other lifestyle changes. So I would say if you struggle with the daytime fatigue and loss of focus and sleep problems, just go to Walgreens and get a little pill to take every day, not to a doctor's office to get some mystery liquid shot into your butt. That's just my recommendation. So this one was also a no. So for my appointment 2 at this wellness spa, I was going to get an IV drip. So like straight up needle in arm, drip of an IV with more mysterious liquids going into my body. Now I'm gonna read directly from their website so I don't get this wrong, but they call it infusion therapy because that sounds more holistically acceptable. But it says infusion therapy provides patients with a personalized dosage of essential vitamins. A custom cocktail is created for you based on your test results of your initial health evaluation. Factors such as general health, metabolism, existing conditions, etc. will be taken into account so you get the maximum benefit. Infusion therapy allows for better absorption for the body. Instead of receiving a set amount from a pill taken orally, customized vitamin IVs work to fill in deficits. It is absorbed directly by the bloodstream and its benefits are almost instantaneous. I don't know, that kind of sounds like they're saying you could take all of these in pill form, but this will work faster. Just take it in pill form, don't put a needle in my arm. So I go in and this assessment that they say they create this custom cocktail, I don't like them calling it a cocktail. I don't want you putting a mojito into my arms and claiming it's gonna give me longer endurance on my runs. Are you nuts? But this assessment that they gave me was so bare bones, and I don't know if it's because they knew I had this passport and that I most likely was not going to be a returning customer and paying the big bucks, because I'm looking at their IV drip packages. They gave me the Myers cocktail drip, which is $180. And I was not coming back and doing this again. So they gave me this specific drip because I'm in good health, I'm young, I'm pretty, and it was probably the cheapest of their IV drips. So let me tell you guys this story because this is absolutely insane. So they take me into their IV lounge, as they call it, and there's 3 people sitting intermittently in chairs. As I'm walking in, the nurse is working with another patient and is taking the IV needle out of her arm. Something goes wrong to where she just starts squirting blood everywhere, like a freaking true crime documentary. It's like her aorta valve got carotid, arteried, and hit or something, but blood was going everywhere. It was like soaking down. And she was cool, calm, and collected. Like, this must happen all the time. And I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. And they were like, oh yeah, that happens. There's blood on that seat we were gonna put you in, so let's take you into this other room. And I'm like, okay. So they take me to this separate room, and I have my own private room to do my IV drip in, which was kind of a benefit at that point. So the nurse comes in, he's super nice, and he hooks me up. Now this is 100% my fault, you guys. But I asked, oh, how long is this gonna take? And he goes, between 60 minutes to 90 minutes. And I was like, oh shoot, I have to be at work in 90 minutes. And it took 25 minutes to drive here, so let's aim for 60 minutes. So the other thing too, because I didn't realize it was gonna be 60 minutes. I guess in my head, I had the B-12 booster shot and I was in and out of there in 10 minutes. I forget that the IV drip, it's gonna drip and it's gotta drip into your system. I don't know why I expected them to pump a big ass bag of liquids into my bloodstream and send me home in 15 minutes. But I sat there, scrolled through my phone, kind of clock watching because I'm like, ah, shoot, I'm gonna be late for work. So the nurse was super nice. He came in and would like squeeze my bag to make it go faster, which I was grateful for because I was gonna be late. So I called my work, I tell him I'm gonna be late. The nurse comes back in and I was just like, hey, like, I don't need the rest. Can you just unhook me because I gotta get going? So that's when he starts to pull out the needle, and my aortic arm vein valve starts gushing blood everywhere. And you could see it kind of start to go up into the tube before he pulls it out, but it just starts like dripping blood. I guess it wasn't spurting, but it starts dribbling blood down my arm. And I am not queasy at all. I'm fine with needles, I'm fine with blood, but I'm more of just like a, now you've soaked my work shirt in blood, now we have to clean this up, and now I'm gonna be extra late. Now that I think about it, is that like, not medical malpractice, but maybe like medical inexperience? Like, are these people actually trained? Isn't putting an IV in like thing number 1 you learn in school for this kind of stuff? I don't know, that was kind of sketchy. But anyway, they gauze me up, send me on my way. I'm late to work, but now I am full of a Myers cocktail IV. Also, I had to pee so badly. I've never had to pee more in my life. It was insane. So it's been 2 weeks since I had my IV drip, and similarly to the B-12 shot, I don't notice any differences. I've been drinking a gallon of water a day, so it's not like I felt super extra hydrated more than I would have been. I think one of the amino acids they had put in the IV drip were things that were meant to boost your energy and kind of incite some weight loss, because again, this was a weight loss spa. Scale didn't move. I didn't run a mile faster by any means. I felt good, but again, my lifestyle has gotten so much healthier that I don't think this IV drip did anything, and I would absolutely, in 100 gazillion years, never pay $180 to go back and get a bunch of mystery liquids injected into me, knowing that I'm just gonna spurt blood everywhere afterwards and have to clean up my own blood from my own shirt. No thank you, pass. All right, this video is already gonna be way longer than I expected, but that's what happens when I have no templates, didn't make a script, didn't do any lighting in my apartment. I just turned on my camera and now I'm gonna talk. But I'm gonna talk about the craziest health and wellness service that I tried, which was the final missing puzzle piece of this spa passport, and that was Emsculpting. Now, it says that the Emsculpting session costs $750, which was a big reason why I bought this spa passport in the first place, because I'm like, wow, the $150 already pays for that plus these other services. Like, that's absolutely insane. But I had no idea what the heck Emsculpting was. But I did this weird little thing, it's so quirky of me, where I did no research. I refused to look up what it was. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go in and see what the doctor tells me. Get like a true consultation from this doctor to see what it's all about. So I go in for my third appointment, I go back to the doctor's office, and this time the actual doctor comes in, not one of the nurses or any of the other employees. It was the head honcho, the big old doctor of the place. He wasn't big, but he's like high up. You know, you get it. So he explains to me that what Emsculpting is it's this machine that they put on your body, similar to the clear. That heart machine, you guys know what I'm talking about? It's kind of similar to that. They put it on your belly, and what it does is that it essentially vibrates the shit out of your muscles and causes contractions. And how he described it is that it's the equivalent of doing 10,000 sit-ups in one 10-minute session. Sounds too good to be true, right? Probably because it is. I'm looking at their website again because this part just kind of made me laugh. I feel like they tiptoe and dance around like the legalities of it all. I don't think that's the right way to say it, but here's what I mean. It says, Emsculpt treatment has proven to deliver effective results through multiple clinical trials. That's like saying, we tested it on a few people and they lost weight, so it must work. It also says that Emsculpt treatment uses high-intensity focused electromagnetic energy to induce powerful muscle contractions in targeted areas. So again, it just kind of like shakes the muscles, makes them contract, and that's essentially how you get abs without needing to do a sit-up. That's just so stupid to me. I don't know. So the doctor tells me that not everybody is actually eligible for it because, one, you can't have too much fat because it'll be like harder to reach the muscle areas. But you also can't be like too muscular because, I don't know, some other reason. But he takes a look at me and goes, you're a perfect candidate because you're right in the middle. And I was like, that hurts my feelings, but I'll take it. So he lays me down, I pull up my shirt a little bit, pull down my pants a little bit, and he puts on the receptors, I guess. And then he puts the big machine on, and I'll play a video here so you kind of get an idea of what it's all about. I personally didn't take a video of me doing it because there was a bunch of electromagnetic waves going around and I thought my phone would make my stomach explode, so I didn't want to have to deal with that. But he starts the machine and yes, it makes your stomach contract. It really did feel like I was doing sit-ups, but laying there. And so he slowly starts cranking it up and he goes, how does that feel? And I was like, oh, kind of fine. Cranks it up a little bit more. He's like, how about that one? And I was like, it's fine. Again, it was that burning sensation of doing sit-ups, but because you're not actually doing the work, you don't have to like focus on your breathing as much and like trying to work on the next one. That, to be honest, I was like, this is a weird sensation I've never had. A little bit of pain, a little bit of pleasure. I'm just kidding. But essentially he turns it all the way up and he goes, how about now? And I was like, that's fine. And he goes, wow, you have a really high pain tolerance because it's on maximum power and you're not even flinching. And that is not the first time a doctor has told me that. So I have been medically diagnosed with a high pain tolerance, except my heart. Don't break my heart. So the Emsculpting treatment ended after 10 minutes. I guess it wasn't the full session that you get, so the whole $750 thing was misleading because what he showed me was kind of just an introduction into it. I think he only Emsculpted me for about 5 whole minutes, and this 10-minute consultation was included in the spa passport. So I felt a little cheated because the full Emsculpting session would be much longer and much more intensive on other parts of your body, but I don't know, I still feel like I got good use out of my money. So after my 5 little consultation, the worst part about this whole thing was they bring in a nurse and it felt like she was trying to sell me a used car because she said, all right, so that was just the 5-minute session, but a real session would be about a half hour long on different parts of your body, and you're gonna see crazy results in just a few months. Here's a booklet of all of our before and afters. And all it's gonna cost for a 3-month program for you, let me get the paper, dang it. $6,000. $6,000 for some 3-month program of Emsculpting, where they had financing available so that way you can pay in payments in order to get a flatter tummy. But you guys, these before and after photos they were showing me after 3 months were not impressive. And I'm assuming it's because these people weren't dieting and exercising, it was just the Emsculpting, but they were less than stellar before and afters. But the craziest part was she said, and then after 3 months, we'll assess your results and then do another 3 months. They were trying to get 12 grand out of me for this machine that just vibrates my tummy. Ma'am, I would rather do 10,000 sit-ups than spend thousands of dollars on your stupid machine that probably isn't even FDA approved because you just said that in clinical trials, it was somewhat effective. Absolutely not. You are insane and you got the wrong bitch. So this was a no from me. No, but in all seriousness, the Emsculpting might have worked for other people. I don't think I'm a good candidate for it because I'm already on my own fitness journey that all of these things in this spa passport, I could see them being supplemental to a fitness and health journey, but they're kind of like last-ditch efforts. I don't know, to me, if you're just doing the bare basics and doing what you're supposed to be doing, these would be good for, I don't know, getting you out of a plateau or maybe increasing your motivation. But if you have to spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to get that flat tummy that you've always wanted, maybe your body is just not meant to have a tummy and you'll be happier just accepting it rather than your wallet being angry at you forever. I don't know, you guys get it. Emsculpting was a big fat no from me. But that's gonna be it for this video of some of the weird and wacky health, wellness, and spiritual things that I've tried in the recent months. A little chaotic, lighting was weird, my tangents tangented. That makes sense to me. But thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know any other weird things you guys want me to try and recommend. I've had good experiences with a lot of things that I didn't expect to enjoy. For example, I thought palm reading kind of sucked, but the tarot card reading was very introspective. Things like that. So leave me a comment down below if you recommend any other services I try. But also let me know if you've tried any of these things. Do you like sound baths? Do you approve of B-12 shots in your butt? Have you had great results with Emsculpting? That's what I want to know. I doubt it, but you might be that golden egg that comments and says that you had good results, and I want to hear about it. But I thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Toodles! Oh shoot, I don't have my like outro screen because it's on my hard drive. I guess I just talk for like 15 seconds while it says like, subscribe here, or maybe it's over here. Or is the next video over here and you subscribe over here? I'm not sure, but click one of these buttons to support me. I think that was 15 seconds. Okay, love you. Hopefully I'll have my templates back soon.